How's it going, everyone? Matt Leighton. Welcome back to another real estate video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about first-time homebuyer mistakes when working with a real estate agent. Now, previously, I've done first-time homebuyer mistakes about buying a house. You got to think about taxes and extra fees, down payment, things of that nature about buying a property. This is going to be first-time homebuyer mistakes and buyer mistakes I'm seeing when working with a real estate agent. So we got 5 mistakes coming up. Let's get started. The first mistake we're going to look at is working with the listing agent. Imagine if you walk into an open house, realize it's your dream home, you want to write an offer, and as it just so happens, there's the listing agent right there, all ready for you to write that offer. Wouldn't it be easier if you just worked with them? They're already there, they know the seller. Well, guys, a lot of the times, just like in life and in real estate, the easy way is not the best way. Let me tell you what I mean. With working with the listing agent, what's going to happen is since they already have an agreement with the seller, that agent is now going to become a dual agent, dual representation, dual agency with you, where they're representing both sides. When that happens, that agent gives up a lot of their responsibilities and they can no longer advise you on the market price, on any repairs, on any negotiating of home inspection items. They're pretty much just a middleman. So the main reason that you don't want to work with the listing agent is because as the home buyer, you're giving up your right for representation. There's no one going to be that's going to be in your corner, no one on your side. Another red flag to think about is the listing agent is going to tell you that you can save money if you work with the listing agent, if they're your agent. But dual agency is illegal. It's against the law in a lot of states. So if one person is telling you that you can save money by doing something, but in your neighboring state, that very same thing is illegal, that should start to raise some red flags. Something doesn't really add up there. It doesn't pass the smell test. Guys, this is the number one thing that we're seeing with real estate, with first-time home buyers, where if you're working with the listing agent, you're gonna lose representation, or if it's a builder and you're working with the builder's agent, they're gonna tell you that they can save you $1,000 or even $2,000 at closing, and you might get that closing credit and see that, and you're gonna think that you've won, but as a first-time home buyer, you don't know what you don't know. So, when there's a dual agency scenario, that agent does not have any legal obligation to tell you about any defects about the house or their opinion or why you should or should not buy it. They can't tell you that. So you may save $2,000, but what are you actually losing? This is going to be your biggest purchase in your life up to this point, most likely. It makes sense to have someone in your corner, a good buyer's agent. Not all agents, some agents are terrible. A good buyer's agent will help you save more than the listing agent could have ever discounted, and a good buyer's agent will add a tremendous amount of value to your search. Number 2 on our list is not setting proper expectations, and this goes both ways with the buyer as well as the agent. Now, it's both parties' obligation to let each other know, hey, this is my goal, these are my intentions, and there's got to be a proper understanding of where the market is right now. Is it a hot market, cold market, buyer's market, seller's market? One quick story, I was working with a buyer recently that wanted to see a property immediately. Now, usually what I do is have that initial buyer consultation meeting, which I highly recommend. I use these to further understand the buyer, to show the buyer the value that I provide as an agent, and to build that relationship. But I got caught. Guys, the buyer, was motivated, had a high price point, so I thought, I don't need to do it this time, right? I broke, one of my internal laws where I should have always had this. Long story short, we go out and see properties. He loves one of them, wants to write an offer immediately, of course. So I say, great, email me over what price you want. I'll write up the offer, we'll go through it together, and then we'll submit it. So instead of emailing me over the price, he emails me over his offer. It's something like 2 pages long. He clearly wrote it. Guys, contracts are mostly 20 to 30 pages. The deposit amount is a fraction of where it needs to be. I think it was like $500 for a high-priced property. And so, we had to start from square one, and he was confused because, he thought something else was going to happen. And as you could probably tell, I was a little bit confused. So both parties losed out. and there's kind of some frustration there. So you have to set proper expectations. All right, so what's going to happen when we write the offer? What if there's multiple offers? What do we do then? Things of this nature where both sides understand where each other's coming from so you can work together as a team. If you just start rushing in and say, oh yeah, just meet me at the property, and that's your first initial meeting, well, when it finally comes time to write the property, you might get caught off guard, and you might be sidetracked by things that you have to explain that you should have explained at your initial meeting. So be sure that you as a buyer, you're having that communication and that initial buyer's consultation meeting so that both sides have proper expectations. Number 3 on our list is backing out of 3 or more contracts. Guys, I'm not here to force you to buy a house. That's up to you. There are contingency periods in the contract for a reason. There are periods in the contract where you're able to back out without penalty for a reason, and you should use them to your advantage. However, in my experience, when I have worked with buyers that have backed out of 3 or more contracts, it's no longer about the house. It's about the buyer. So, let's imagine a scenario. You go out, you see a property, you love it, your offer gets accepted, you write on it, it gets accepted. You do the home inspection and it's not what you thought, you back out. That's completely fine. That may even happen again a second time. Once it starts getting to a third time, that's when, maybe we need to have a conversation. I've worked with buyers that have backed out of over 8 contracts. Guys, they never ended up buying a house. And that's what I'm kind of getting to. If you're backing out of that many properties, there might be some sort of commitment issue. There might be some sort of buying objection in your head that you need to have an honest and open talk with your agent about, because you shouldn't be in a situation, depending on the type of, if you're looking for, an absolute steal, a foreclosure or something like that, maybe it's different. But in my experience, backing out of 3 or more contracts is not normal. And if that's happening to you, talk with your agent, but it's also time to take a hard look in the mirror. Number 4 on our list is not communicating, or better yet, not communicating effectively. I'm talking about late night phone calls, showing up 30 minutes late to showings, asking to see a property within an hour or only 2 hours notice, things of this nature. And guys, I get it. Sometimes traffic happens, right? And someone's late. Sometimes a property comes on the market and it's a hot market. You have to see it immediately. I'm not talking about those types of things. I'm talking about consistent tardiness to showings. I'm talking about the late night phone calls, the world is on fire, where, an email the next morning could have sufficed, right? Things of this nature. Be sure you're clear with your agent and vice versa on the best ways to communicate. Is texting the best way? Are phone calls better? Some people prefer phone calls. When is an appropriate time to call late at night? Guys, sometimes contingencies expire at 9 p.m. So a late night call is worth it. If there's a big deal going on, lots of negotiating, sometimes those late night phone calls, emails, texts are unavoidable. You have to have it. But I'm talking about clear communication, because the reason I'm harping on this so much is because the number one problem for the longest time between buyers and agents is that communication. Every single problem is a communication problem. I'm convinced of this. I've said it previously in prior videos. You just have to be on the same page as your agent so no one's frustrated at either the lack of communication or the over communication, the type, or even the time of communication. Guys, I'm telling you, it's the number one problem, and between your agent and yourself, I'm hoping that it doesn't become your number one problem. And number 5, the 5th mistake we're seeing first-time home buyers make with real estate agents is using your uncle as your real estate agent. I say uncle, it could be your aunt, could be your aunt's friend, it could be your aunt's friend, college roommates, step brother, like using a friend or family. Are you using them because they're family or because they're good? You should never have an obligation or feel obligated to use a real estate agent. Let me ask you this. If they weren't your friend, right, would you still use them? If they weren't your uncle, would you still do your independent research, look at online reviews, ask around, interview 3 agents, and then realize, after all that, Uncle Bill is the best real estate agent in my town? Probably not. Guys, I get it. It's family. It's going to get awkward, right? There's, a lot going on behind the scenes, but it'd be more awkward if you did use them. They butcher the sale because they're a part-time agent and they only do 2 deals a year, and then no one's happy, okay? Your buyer's agent matters. Negotiation matters. You want someone on your side that's experienced. Over the past couple years, I've built my network up of rock star real estate agents across the country, high-producing buyer's agents. My contact information is below. If you're looking for a real estate agent, send me an email. I will link you up with an awesome real estate agent I can guarantee you is better than your Uncle Bill. Okay, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you learned something, be sure to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you in the next one. Until next time, create a productive day. Take care.